Hello, hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Prashad from India, your English fluency guide. Today in this class, I'm going to explain if clauses or conditional clauses. There are four types of conditional clauses are there. First one, open condition. Second one is closed condition. Third one is unfulfilled condition. Fourth one is zero condition. There are other names also like a probable, possible condition. Just remember the first one enough. Open. Second one closed, third one unfulfilled, and fourth one zero condition. Now let us see what is the first condition. Open condition or probable or possible condition. Example, if you ask me, I will help you. If you ask me, I will help you. Here we can see the sentence consists of two clauses, dependent clause and independent clause. If you ask me is dependent clause because it depends on another clause to give complete meaning. It's not complete. If you ask me, you stopped it, then it's not complete. It depends on another clause to give the complete meaning. If you ask me, this clause depends on I will help you, this clause. That is the reason we named it dependent clause or subordinate clause. And I will help you is called independent clause. I will help you, this clause gives meaning by itself. It doesn't need to depend on any other clause in order to give complete meaning. It gives meaning by itself. I will help you. Okay, it is understood. But if you ask me, that's not complete, right? It doesn't make complete sense. That is the reason we call it subordinate clause or dependent clause. Why we call this clause, if you ask me, dependent clause? Because this clause depends on this clause in order to give complete meaning. That's the reason we call that dependent clause. If you ask me, I will help you. Here in the open condition, if this condition is fulfilled, okay, this condition also will be fulfilled. Possibility is there. If you ask me, I will help you. If you invite me, I will attend the party. Okay, if you explain, I will be happy. If you criticize me, I will criticize you. So if this condition is fulfilled, okay, open, probable, possible condition, this condition is fulfilled and possibility is there, this condition also will be fulfilled. Okay, so coming to the tenses, what is the tense of the dependent clause? If you observe, you subject, ask is verb, ask is present tense, right? Ask, asked, asked. So dependent clause is in the present tense. And now let's see what is the tense of the main clause. Look at the structure. Subject, I use the subject. Next will, next V1. So subject plus will plus V1. Did you identify the tense? This is future tense. So once again, dependent clause will be in the present tense, present simple tense, and main clause or independent clause will be in the future simple tense. So open condition, the structure, dependent clause will be in the present simple tense and main clause will be in the future simple tense. If this condition is fulfilled, this condition also will be fulfilled. This is open condition, and I've given you some more examples. If you invite me, I will attend the party. If you criticize me, I will criticize you. If you scold me, I will scold you. If you help me, I will help you. Okay, in daily conversation, we use this condition, open condition or probable, possible condition. So learning this condition is important because it will help you to improve, enhance your skills. Okay, enhance your speaking skills. So, and we use this condition in our daily conversation. Okay, now second one, closed condition or imaginary condition. If you asked me, I would help you. Here in this condition 2, we can observe this is also called imaginary condition. Here this condition is purely imaginary. Okay, so if you asked me, I would help you. What does it mean? Generally, you don't ask me and I don't help you. Okay, and look at this example, you'll understand. If I were a bird, I would fly. I'm not a bird, present, I'm not a bird. And it's not possible. Imaginary, that one. Just imaginary condition. If I were a bird, I would fly. Look at the tense of the dependent clause. If you asked me is dependent clause, right? And I would help you is independent clause. Okay, and already I've explained why we call it dependent clause. This clause depends on another clause to give complete meaning. Okay, this clause doesn't make complete sense. If you asked me, the sentence is not complete. Whereas I would help you, this is complete. This makes complete sense. So that is the reason we call this clause, if you ask me, dependent clause, and we call I would help you this clause independent clause, because this clause doesn't depend on any other clause in order to give complete meaning. This clause by itself, it gives complete meaning, I would help you. So let us see the tense of this dependent clause. If you asked me, subject you asked v2. Okay, this is v2. That means dependent clause is in the past tense, and here subject plus would and v1. This is conditional past, we call it conditional past. If you asked me, I would help you. If you invited me, I would attend. Okay, if you uh, if you explained, I would understand. If you explained, I would understand. This condition is purely imaginary condition. If I were a bird, I would fly. If I were a prime minister, if I were a doctor. After that, in the main clause, subject plus either would or could, okay, or might, we can use modal verbs, we can use. When we want to describe imaginary condition, the imaginary situation, we use closed condition, that is type 2. Okay, here in this condition nothing will happen, we are talking purely imaginary condition. Okay, and we use this condition in our daily conversation. Type 1 we use, if you help me, I will help you. If you ask me, I will explain. Okay, if you criticize me, I will criticize you. Like that, in daily conversation we use that condition. And closed condition also, present, I'm not a doctor. If I were a doctor, okay, if I were a prime minister, if I were chief minister, like that, this condition also we use in our daily conversation. Now coming to the type 3 condition, unfulfilled condition. Here look at this example. If you had asked me, if you had asked me, I would have helped you. If you had asked me, I would have helped you. Here we can see two clauses. If you had asked me is one clause, and I would have helped you, this is one clause. And we can call this dependent clause. If you had asked me, this is not complete, doesn't make complete sense. That is the reason we call it subordinate clause or dependent clause. If you had asked me and I would have helped you, we call this clause main clause or independent clause. Now let's look at the tense of the dependent clause. Subject you must had plus v3, subject plus had plus v3, past perfect tense. Okay, so dependent clause is in the past perfect tense. Okay, and here main clause, subject would have plus v3, conditional future perfect. This main clause is in the conditional future perfect. Here when we use this condition, okay, in the past something did not happen. In the past something did not happen. If it had happened, how it would have been? We are talking about the past. Something did not happen in the past, and now we are thinking about the past and we are saying, if it had happened, okay, it would have happened like this. Okay, for example, if you look at this example, if you had asked me, I would have helped you. In the past you did not ask me, Did not ask for my help. That's why I did not help. Now I'm saying if you had asked me, I would have helped you. And this condition also important. We use this in our daily conversation. Okay? Your friend asks you, why didn't you help me? Then you can say, if you had asked me, I would have helped you. I didn't know that you are in need. Why didn't you ask for my help? Okay? This is unfulfilled condition. Condition is not fulfilled. Something did not happen in the past. If you had invited me, I would have attended the party. You did not invite me and I did not attend the party. Okay? If you had explained, I would have understood. Here, subject plus had plus V3 structure, that is past perfect tense, and main clause structure, subject plus would have plus V3 structure. This is type 3 condition. We are talking about the past unfulfilled condition. Understood? Now let's see zero condition type 4. Here we use this condition to refer general truths or scientific truths. Here if you observe this example, if you freeze water, it becomes cold. If you freeze water, it becomes cold. Your dependent clause, if you freeze water is dependent clause, it becomes cold is main clause. Here observe the tense of the clauses. Tense, if you freeze water, you subject freeze V1. Subject plus V1 is equal to present simple tense, right? And here subject plus again V1. So dependent clause is in the present tense and main clause also, that is independent clause also, is in the present tense. So here in zero condition, both clauses, dependent and independent clauses, will be in the present simple tense. If you freeze water, it becomes cold. You cannot say it will become cold because this is scientific truth. It happens 100%, it happens. Okay, so both clauses we need to use present simple tense when you express scientific truths or general truths. Here second example, see, if you mix red and blue, you get purple. What will you get if you mix red and blue? You get purple. Obviously you get purple. There will be no other option, right? So if you mix red and blue, comma, you get purple. What do you observe here? Both clauses, dependent and independent clauses, are in the present simple tense. So these conditions are important. You need to learn if you want to enhance your speaking skills, because we use these conditions in our daily conversation. Okay, uh, so that's all. I did not go deep. Depth we can learn, many examples we can learn. So uh, just for the conversation purpose, just briefly explain. So these will help you to improve your communication skills, to improve your conversation skills. So try to understand and try to practice type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. If you don't understand, watch it once again. You'll be able to understand. It's simple because we use them daily in our conversation. We use these, any language, whatever the language may be, we use these conditional clauses. That's why this topic is important. Thank you all of you for watching this video. Please share it, like it, and comment, and don't forget to subscribe my channel if you are the new to this channel. Make sure you subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you all of you. Thank you very much. See you in the next class. Thank you.